Morning YouTubers, friends, followers. 67 days, 20 hours. It's a rest day, it's a Monday. It's 5 above and it's due to be a nice day today. Just off to the gym for my Monday 40-minute stretch session and a sauna, and just to catch up with a couple of the guys there. It was a pretty hectic weekend, and I can honestly say my body is feeling the effects of those long distances, which I think is only natural. Having sat on my backside for the last 10 years and kept relatively healthy, but having not sat on a saddle for 12 years or run any kind of distance, and certainly not swim, it's to be expected for the body to display aches and discomfort. I'm avoiding using the word pain, because it's not pain, it's discomfort. It's just awareness over differences in the body. Did a 30-minute meditation this morning. A bit of internal reflection. Woke up early and couldn't get back to sleep. And I didn't want to pick up my phone and start scrolling through social media or replying to comments or anything like that. So I got up, ran myself a very hot bath, meditated for 30 minutes, and just brought an awareness to each part of my body, starting from my feet, going up through my legs, through my pelvis, through my abdomen, up through my lungs, focusing predominantly on my breathing, up through the neck, just relaxing the shoulders and the muscles around the top of the neck, and then just through the head, just being at peace, breathing and just allowing any thoughts that I had, any baggage from yesterday, just to disappear. Just enjoying the moment of calm, really. As I've said all along, I'm very fortunate and I'm very grateful for what I have in life, and although not a particularly spiritual individual, I have my beliefs. Believe in a higher purpose. You know, the time that I've been spent on my own recently, running, I get to think a lot. And I've found that meditation helps. Meditation for me, not only is a business, but also for me it's a way of my life now. And one thing I was thinking about yesterday and this morning as I was releasing some of that past was ego. 15 years ago, 10 years ago, perhaps even 7 years ago, was very much about, for me, having. And perhaps that's one of the reasons why I wasn't ready to do an Ironman, because I believe that you have to leave your ego on the beach, otherwise you're not even going to make it halfway through the ride. And I think from a male's perspective, ego, an element of that caveman within us, always tends to rear itself on many occasions, especially when competing against other men. Obviously testosterone is high. And I think one of the ways that I combated, suppressed any need for ego, for comparison, because that's ultimately what it is. It's comparing yourself against another and then gauging yourself on that. For me, to overcome that inner ego, that need to impress another, whether by the types of car you drove, to the clothes you wore, to the social circles that you found yourself in, is the way to combat that is internal fulfillment. Stripping back everything. When I mean everything, I mean absolutely everything. Taking all the materialistic substance in your life away, taking the impressions of another away, taking your reflection and how you see yourself to the outside world away, and then just bringing your attention internal and thinking about how you can be fulfilled, what fulfillment means to you, and how you might go about being that, not achieving that, but being. Once you reach that level, all of those external factors no longer matter. I've been lucky enough to have all of those niceties, the luxury holidays abroad, the £80,000 cars, and many of the other financial things. It wasn't until a few years ago, in actual fact, I was introduced to a new social circle in Central America, that I realised that there was more to life than the financial burden. In actual fact, if the income was still there, but you removed some of the credits from the bank, the dynamics of your thinking actually changed so much. And I think that's one of the biggest things, is that people become slaves to debt. There was a statistic that I read recently, and it said that more people pay more on their car repayments per month than they do on their retirement security or investment. And I think I was one of those statistics a few years ago. And within my household we have a couple of cars. I'm in now the runabout, the car that takes me from the gym and drops my son off in the morning. And then we have our family car as well. So again, we're fortunate, we've got two cars within the household. If I was to live in that ego state, both cars would have to be the latest, the best. Everything I possess would have to be named or branded. It's quite hard to get away from that. You know, most things now are branded. All you have to do is look at the triathlon bike sector. Now we know, rationally we know, that it doesn't cost £5,000 to produce a bit of carbon fibre in a mould, yet we don't question it, we pay for it. We know that to produce a car like this one does not cost the same to produce a bike. Yet there's an element of detachment away from that. So today is very much about, or the reflection of today for me is very much about leaving ego on the beach, about not subscribing to a society that gauges an individual's success by brand or materialistic possessions. And although it may be easy for me to say that because I'm in a place of choice, I have the choice whether to go and have or not to have, and some aren't as fortunate. I think no matter where you are on that spectrum, you have an element of choice. You know, apart from central London, I live in one of the most expensive parts of the country. To be honest, I'm not sure what you get for that, really. So, leave your ego on the beach. That is the reflection of the day. So, nearly at the gym now, 40 minutes, 45 minutes, roller session, good bit of stretching, home, got to catch up on quite a few emails today. Deliberately finished all of my main business or work projects in February. So now just really dealing with the loose ends before starting any in June, July. Hence the reason why I have a relatively large amount of time on my hands at the moment. So I'll be dealing with the emails, a bit of work. Hope to get actually a couple of hours sleep today. Find that a mid-afternoon nap actually helps. Got a couple of reviews to do on some kit. Planning on reviewing my Brooks Adrenaline GTS 15s, and if I can, my Garmin 910 XT, which is the older model, but still a very, very good watch to be using. That's it for now. I will catch up with you later. Hey guys, Ben from 100 Ironman here. Thought I'd do a review today on my main running trainer. Done a couple of reviews before. I did one on the On Speed Racer and on the Solomon's. The On's more of a racing shoe, the Solomon's more of a trail shoe. And I've gone through a couple of trainers over the last 6 months, but the one that was recommended after a gait analysis I've been using now for probably a good 2 months, probably covered a good 500 miles in them, and I've used them for a bit of everything really, from trail running to beach running, on the road, on the treadmill, and they were recommended to me by the company that did the gait analysis because I overpronate, which I was never aware of. I was having some issues with my IT band on my right hand side, and predominantly I thought it was because the majority of the trails that I run go that way and I was putting main pressure on my right leg. As it happens, the last 8 to 10 weeks, touch wood, I've not had any problems with my IT band, and that's the God's honest truth. The only thing that has changed is the intensity of my training. I tend to be stretching a lot more now, so that's become an important and integral part of my training regime, but also the trainers. So it's really difficult to gauge what has contributed the most, but for certain I'd say it's the majority of the percentage must be the trainer. So here they are. They are the Brooks Adrenaline GTS 15s. Now they are, as you can see, in use. So I've not cleaned them specifically for this video. They are, as you see, caked in sand. And that's from a half marathon that I did yesterday, which incorporated running along the beach, running on the stones, running along tarmac, and on paths. They're still slightly damp. Now they do clean up very, very well. As I said, I've covered a mass distance in these already. You can see there that there is literally no wearing so far, which is good. They're for a very, very good cushioning. The lace up, again, the laces are very, very good. They offer some high visibility points if you are going to run in the night. They are a lot heavier than the trainers that I'm used to, but I think that's because they are a stability shoe. As you can see, they are very, very tough on the twist, and there's not much flexibility, which I guess you need when you overpronate. So there's really not much to say. I mean, they come in a variety of different colours. I understand there's a new range out now. The Adrenaline GTS range has been out for a long time, and they seem to get a lot of good reviews. I went for this colour just because they hide the dirt a little bit more. I clean them once a week, and they just dry on the windowsill, and they come out. There's no issues there. They come out very, very well. There's no wear whatsoever. There's a tiny little bit of wear here, but that's it. They've been a very rugged road and off-road trainer. So that's my review of the GTS 15s. I'm actually going to be ordering another pair of these, and yeah, highly recommended. If you want to order them, there is a link in the description below. So I've done that, and the full manufacturer's description is listed there as well. So that's my review of the Brooks Adrenaline GTS 15s. Highly recommended. They are a stability shoe for those like me that overpronate. So that's it from me today. Just about to settle down and have my evening meal, which is roasted sweet potato mash and roast chicken. Roast chicken breast with rosemary, Himalayan pink salt and black pepper. Today was meant to be a rest day, but actually never ended up or failed to be such a thing, as one of my other activities or commitments had me called out today, which wasn't too bad. You know, that's what I signed up to do, but it meant that I was out for several hours and got back and had to clear up. So yeah, that's it for today. Start of the week. Tomorrow I have a swim first thing in the morning, and then I think it's a 55-minute spin session in the evening. So I'll be on the bike on the turbo. So that's it for today. Start of another week, and thanks for tuning in. Peace out.